Okay, this is day 4 of Tour of America's Dairyland in Manitowoc. This is the Cat 3-4 series. So the day before this, we really talked to my coach, identified what was going wrong, which was that I was tail gunning. So, you tell yourself, say it to yourself, like, hey, I'm tail gunning. You can see here I have pretty poor position, and I kind of start off this race somewhat tail gunning, and that means I got to close things down. And so the first beginning of this race, about the first half becomes a lot of this, right? Like closing things down because they're too far back. And this is what we identified with my coach prior to this is, I kept telling this to myself, hey, when you tail gun, you have to close things down like this clip here. But I kind of said it to myself, and then you see stuff like this where you see this guy in the white jersey ahead. I should be moving up to his wheel, and I should be sitting on that wheel into this corner, saving myself some positions. So at the beginning of this race, kind of missed some opportunities to move up into and out of corners. I think there's going to be another clip here, right here, too. Same thing, right? White jersey. I should be on this wheel, moving up, continuing to sit on a wheel into and out of the corner, and then that will keep me in good position throughout this race. But again, I'm a little bit too far back, and that means there's a little bit of sketchiness going on here, locking up brakes. But eventually it starts to click. Hey, I need to continue to pedal through corners and move up into and out of corners, right? So here you can see I'm pedaling, I'm on a wheel, and now I'm on a wheel out of the corner. So this is where it starts to really kind of change for me in all of Toad. You can see here, I start to be able to navigate the field around cornering. And I just continue to pedal, or I pedal into, during, or out of corners. And by the time this starts to really click with me, then I start to be closer to the pointy end of the race. So again, it's one of those things where like you just need to start to execute. And when you have a coach who kind of identifies those things with you and saying, hey, just knock it off, stop tail gunning, that's when you kind of have a little bit of a metamorphosis going on, where it's no longer you just kind of continuing to do the wrong shit, right? Like now it's, oh, well, okay, coach has stopped tail gunning. You can see here, it means I need to just keep moving up. It means I need to be way more conscious of my position and be closer to the pointy end of the race. And what that eventually results in is stuff like this, where you can see lap 22 of 24. We got 2 more laps to go, or 3 more laps to go. 22, 23, 24, yeah, 3 laps to go. So I'm closer to the pointy end of the race now. So this looked great. I mean, in the beginning, it was a couple missed opportunities. It was closing some stuff down because I was tail gunning or just had, too far back in the field. And then it turned into this part of the race where we got 2 more laps to go, and I can see the front, and I'm like in it, right? I'm on the, there's the tolley league out kind of guys pulling off, and now we got that little tolley lead out with a little bit of a bubble behind it, with everyone wanting to sit behind that. And I'm close-ish to it. I could be better and closer up earlier. You can see, we got 2 laps to go, so I should probably be further ahead. But generally speaking, compared to the other races, I mean, it was a complete night and day difference, right? Like, I'm still moving up even here into the last lap. So we're going to just play this last lap out, but yeah, again, the whole point here is I think this is where things really started to click in terms of just making sure that I continue to move up into, during, and out of corners compared to sitting on the back and tail gunning. And, again, I kind of give kudos to my coach for, really kind of drilling that in my head, right? Like, just knock it off. I mean, that's all it takes is just one sentence, and then all of a sudden, you get out there and you do the things that they say to do, and then you get into a position to potentially do significantly better or win, right? And so here, unfortunately, we have a crash in the last lap. You can see in the upper right, I'm still a little bit further back than I want to be, but still much better positioning into the final couple laps and moving up throughout this race. So this was very much so the race that I kind of turned around compared to the last couple races where it was just tail gunning and being inefficient and not thinking about how important positioning is to the race and moving up. So again, thanks for watching here. We are going to go through the last race of the Cat 3-4 series after this. And then after that, it's the straight Cat 4 rest of the Toad series, and that goes significantly better because of the lessons learned in races like this. So thanks again for watching, and we'll get to the next one soon. Thanks.